Hello everybody, my name is Connor and we are here with Purple Luffy versus Red-Purple Luffy. So this is our hand after the mulligan. Pretty solid option. I'm going to just tap 2 and play down one of our Nico Robin blockers and pass. We're playing into Red-Purple Luffy and he is just a 6k leader as is. So it is nice to get that early blocker in case he does want to swing big, but he is going to just go ahead and poke 6. We'll give him the 2k in Kamazo, and he will drop the Zoro Juro, which is, yeah, that sounds about accurate for the Red-Purple Luffy game. And we are at 4 Dawn. We do have the, what is his name? The Zoro Juro. And I think at this moment I'm trying to remember if I drew for turn. I'm pretty sure I did draw for turn. So I think we're discussing actually if I did. And we're counting cards in hand and things of that nature, which, you know, sometimes when you forget if you drew for turn, kind of a bummer there. So we draw into the Sanji for turn, which is solid, and we are going to go ahead and poke 6, just to see if we can get some cards out of hand, and we get the Anami out of hand. We're going to lead our ability, getting another Eustace Kid, and tapping that for the Zoro Juro. It would be really great to get Eustace Kid down in this match, but don't think it's going to really work for me. And with what I have in my hand, I have a decent amount of counters, which is really, really great, especially compared to last game. I am going to take the Son Goro. Doesn't feel good to bottom deck one of the Giants, which I put on the very bottom. Okay, that's a choice, Connor. Sure. And we're going to go ahead and pass turn, but it is important that we were able to ramp. If we were playing against a different leader, we might have been able to just poke 5 and then play down Kid. But overall, I am really happy with how that turn played out. I think we were able to, get a card out of hand as well as get a search and pick up the Sangoro to help us have and keep card advantage. But yeah, so my opponent taking some time to think about what he wants to do. He's at 5 Dawn, so we're sitting about the same amount of Dawn here. For now, at least, I think this is the turn where he does some very cool things. But yeah, let's see. So he's going to tap 3 for the Big Mom card. I can't remember what it is. I will put a picture if I remember, but it does end up ramping him a Dawn. He taps 4 for Lead Performer Disaster, ramping another Dawn. And then he is going to, now that he is at 8 Dawn, I believe, he gets to leader ability. So, very terrifying turn from my opponent, really. And then he's going to swing with Zoro Juro to get his last Dawn. So, boom. He ramped fast, which is very scary. So, he's swinging the 5, or the 6, excuse me, and we are going to give him the 2k in the Sanji. The 7, we're just going to block with Robin. Thankfully, and we get another kid. Wow, we have so many Eustace kids, which not a bad thing. There are worse cards to have a ton in your hand, but yeah, definitely thinking at this point about what to do. I have a couple of options. I could do a Rush Sanji. I think I have a Luffy Taro. No, do I have a Luffy Taro? I can't tell. I'll go ahead, swing 5. Oh, I do have Luffy Taro. And get rid of the Zoro Juro there. Well, leader ability ramp. We do get the Usopp there in the ramp, which is pretty nice. And then just to figure out what... I'm really torn on what I want to do, because I'm definitely, at this moment, I am shook by that play. He's already at, turn, what is this, turn 2, turn 3? He's at 10 Dawn. That's wild. But we are going to go ahead and ramp up and then drop the Luffy Taro into Sangoro and pass. Yeah, so we have a decent amount of counters in hand. I'm feeling okay. I am concerned if he has Time Walk Luffy, we could be in a wee bit of trouble. But there is also a chance that we'll be okay. It kind of just depends on what's in our life, what's in his life, and how things go from here. So my opponent taking some time to think over his turn. That is, to be expected. This is round 3 of a tournament, a pretty big tournament. Not like super big, but yeah, it was a good sized tournament. Thinking about just swinging that 6, decides against it. Setting a Dawn aside, tapping 9 to play the Newgate, which definitely hurt. I was like, oh man, that is a big boy. I think that makes him 8k if I did my math correctly, which there's always a chance I didn't. He's gonna go ahead and swing into, I think he's swinging into life. Yeah, I'm pretty fine taking life there, because it does get to keep my bodies on board, and I'm thinking with enough Dawn, I should be able to poke at him still, even if he is at an 8k. Yeah, we have enough bodies to definitely poke. I want to swing the Sangoro to get another card. Then I don't really have... I'm thinking about dropping a blocker kid, I think. So we are going to attach 2 Dawn to swing since we are above the 8 Dawn threshold. So swing 8, we get the 1k in Law there. We swing another 8 with Luffy Taro, get the Yasop out of hand. And we are going to go ahead and drop the Eustace Kid for some reason. Oh, I think I am looking at playing down, the Nico Robin blocker and passing turns. So we were able to get a couple of cards out of hand and kind of just establish more of a hand. We got the Usohachi off of the off of the Sangoro, which is always good. It's always nice to have for 2Ks. And granted, I think that in this situation, I forgot about Newgate's second ability, which allows him to pop a low-cost body. I think instead of playing down the Robin was a good idea, but if I had remembered the Newgate's ability, I probably would have just swung the 8 with Zoro. I think that aggression would have been a little better, but yeah, just totally spaced on Newgate's second ability, which is painful. He's going to go ahead and swing 6. And see, another thing is, forgot about Newgate's ability. I should have just blocked this with Robin. Would have been a really easy block, but instead I give him the Usopp and the Law Searcher. And could have just blocked with Robin. That would have also been a better option. Would have kept me up on hand size. Not that I'm necessarily down, but everyone knows, as Purple Luffy, the more cards in your hand, the happier you are. So, I was definitely expecting like another Newgate or even the 10 cost Time Lock Luffy, which is part of the reason I did the blockers, but he's going to attach 2 Dawn, swinging at the Zoro, or not Zoro, excuse me, the Luffy Taro, and popping the Nico Robin. So, yep, definitely should have just blocked the Luffy swing, and I will go ahead and block the swing with the swing with Eustace Kid. Better to keep him on board, and then he is swinging very aggressively into Sangoro with the rush Zoro there. And I am thinking about countering out. I'm feeling pretty open, so he's a 6k body, and I've got a pretty decent sized board, so I will go ahead and counter out, and we get another Usopp per turn. As far as a rush goes, we also have the 7 cost Sanji. So depending on how things go, I think I could do some serious damage here. Of course, tempted to play the Eustace Kid, but it looks like I'm eyeing the Sanji, and we're just gonna split up some Dawn there. So I'll swing 7 and draw. We get the 9 Mom, which is it's an interesting card. Kind of makes me think about if I want to play, how I want to go for lethal. If I want to go for lethal, And yeah, so he takes that 7, so I'm gonna go ahead and poke 6, just get a counter out of hand if I can. Seeing what he is gonna do here. He is gonna, yeah, and this is kind of how I knew that this was a bad time here. He is going to Gum Giant the 6k attack, and I'm like, okay, like, I think we can do some work here. So I will swing the 7 with the Zoro, and he ends up taking, and yeah, I just stack everything on Luffy and swing, and yeah, he unfortunately was a little bricked there at the end. Yeah, having to Gum Giant out of a 6k swing is not a great feeling, but looks like he was able to get a couple of counters, but not enough to be able to recover there. So we are able to get the win. So right now in the tournament, we are 2-1, and we are feeling pretty good. So, but that's gonna go ahead and do it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.